Planet Zoo has been rated E10 Plus by the ESRB for crude humor, mild blood, and mild violence. It is generally suitable for people aged 10 years and up. That's probably not enough space, but that's okay, I'll expand upon it. Yes, I know the facility's without power. Holy moly. It is enough space. Of course, that's before I added. That's before I added toys and such. So let's do it with the toys. How about that? So let's turn this. We're going to turn this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I told you guys about the 6 trick, right? And then we'll bring it back here. And then up here, because we're basically going to give them enough, we're going to give them plenty of space. All right. Wait, no, we'll just do it this way. Well, I did have a little bit of an adventure today. A friend of mine from Facebook, a gentleman I have never met in person until today, but we have been Facebook friends for coming on 15 years. And, we get along well, we share interests, things like that. Anyway, he was down visiting his parents who have retired down here to Florida, as many seniors do. And, he called me up and he said, hey, why don't we meet for lunch? We're going to finally get to meet. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Thing is, his parents live in northern Florida near Jacksonville, and I live in southern Florida, not quite, I'm about 150 miles north of Miami. Now, you're thinking, well, that doesn't sound like you're close to Miami at all. And what you got to understand is Florida is huge. So when I say that I'm, like 150 miles away from Miami, it's not close. But compared to the rest of the state, it's a little close. So basically, we had to drive 2 hours to get to the place we were going to meet for lunch. And they drove 2 hours south and I drove 2 hours north, and we got together and we had some really nice seafood and some great conversation and pleasurable company between friends. It was all very wonderful, and I had a really great day, and the food was fantastic, and it was just it was one of those days that everything worked out, and the food really was good. It really, oh my god, yes. That food was amazing. I have a warning. Let's see what the warning is. Oh, the keeper hut is still without power, right? Okay. I wonder. Not quite. Okay, not quite. Not quite. All right. Yes, thank you. Much better, much better, much better. Okay. See about fixing the color. There we go. Speaking of fixing the color, I'm looking for that same reddish brown the other walls have been. Yeah, that's it. Alright, and then let's move this barrier. Alright, well. Oh, of course. Hard to bring animals to their habitat when you haven't actually laid a path down to their habitat yet, you know? Alright. Bring the animals in, and then we'll start decorating and fixing up the habitat for their needs. Okay. This is the wallaby wallaby habitat. Words will not defeat me. Okay, species. The light's beginning to go weird, so I probably need to turn on mine like that. Alright, so these wallabies are wallabying around. They're doing their wallaby thing. Okay, they got food, they got water, they got some shelter. Hanging grazer. Let's see if I can't find an appropriate hanging grazer. Yes, I can. And we're going to put it right here. The suspended forager is pretty much on its own. We'll put it back here. Now, we're going to give them a pumpkin ball because I like the pumpkin ball. I just think it's funny. And I think over here we'll put the sprinkler, like right there. Alright, let's fix your habitat for you there, darling. What's your name? Your name is Mayakati, maybe? We're going to rename you to Mike later, I gotta tell you. Okay, get the brush. He needs long grass and a lot less sand. So, let's start here and just move around. Yeah. The short grass seems to be irrelevant, and he only needs a little bit of rock. So, okay. You ready, bud? That's your rock. There you go. Alright, so it says that short grass is really irrelevant to them, so almost no sand in this thing anymore. How can they still have too much sand? I can't really do anything about sand that I don't know is there, so I'm wondering. Alright, you know what? That's going to be close enough for now. I want to put in one little thing. Hold on. Well, since none of the clusters will work, we're going to do this the hard way. Okay, desert, Oceania. Seriously, guys, if I am talking too low, please let me know. I will do my darndest to try and fix the problem. I can't guarantee you that I'll be able to, because I don't think about it when I talk. But, you know, let me know. Let me know. If I'm actually speaking too low, please comment to that effect, and I will see what I can do to correct it, just based on the fact that I'm now cognizant of the problem. Okay, now I need to put a roof on this bad boy. You sometimes have the weirdest things pop into your head. The movie Scott Pilgrim is a very strange film, but it's also very funny. And there's a scene where, toward the end, where Scott turns to a character who's legitimately called Young Neil, and he says, "Young Neil, you have, grown," or something like that. And he says, "From now on, you will no longer be called Young Neil. You will just be called Neil." And for some reason, I in my head, it's a silly line, but in my head I went, yes, of course, very profound. He's now known as Neil, and I'm like, what the hell am I talking about? They said this cheesy ass line with the utmost of sincerity, and because they said it with the utmost of sincerity, I was like, yeah, obviously, yes. But it's stupid. Alright, of course now we need things like where am I going to put it? Do I want to put, no, let's put it over here. This way it's not competing, right? Hide me. And yes, I have gone silent, and yes, there's a reason for doing so. It's because my voice was giving out. So, very mundane, health-conscious reason. Just not going to happen? All right. There we go. Little down, little down. This is the first, let's see, 1, 2, 3, yeah, this is the last, rather. The last habitat to be included in the entrance zone. After this, we go to other things. We go to Zone 1 and Zone 2, and so on. Alright, what do we got for problems? We got speaker. Alright. Okay, it's a small habitat, but it's a workable habitat. I mean, look at this. It's functional, although the animals are happy. Yeah. What's the matter with the habitat? Cleanliness. That's right, yes, because I've only just now put them on a work zone. We're going to have the mechanic in here every 3 months. We're going to have the vet in here every month, and so on. Okay. While we're waiting, go to the educational tab, go to animal talks. Now, we've only got 3. January, February, we will do the warthogs in March. Wait. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot when I was assigning the work zone. I forgot to make sure that the talk point was the talk point was done too. Okay, it's a small habitat, but it's functional, and I like the way it looks. There are things that I still need to do with it. Namely, alright, that's a good one. Oh, look at that. It's getting downright warm in this room. thought I turned on the AC before I walked in, but possibly not. Or maybe someone else turned it off. That happens. All right, very cool. All right, for right now, I'm going to call this. I'm going to work on it a little in the next episode, but for right now, I'm going to call it because I got to tell you, the recording studio is getting uncomfortably warm and I need to go figure it out, and I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So, this is a mostly finished habitat. If you like what you saw here, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do subscribe, go ahead and hit that notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. And I will see you in the next episode so we can finish this habitat off. Bye-bye.
The law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. The forest protected shall prosper, the forest neglected shall die. You've an aptitude to change attitudes, cause we have to prove it. That planet to grab your shovel. There's work to do, the world's in trouble. You gotta build a zoo.